Hi. Hi. All right. The man, the mission. The man, the God. We.
The what?
I don't know. The potato God. He's making potatoes.
Not a god of anything.
He's making potatoes.
The god of tired.
The God of tired. The God of.
I've been on Good Eats all day.
He has.
That's okay. I'm glad to be here. I'm not complaining.
I'm not complaining.
Welcome to Quarantine Kitchen. Week
20 something.
2
2 or 3?
Week 22, something like that.
I don't know. Yeah.
How's it going, guys?
Hello.
How are you?
We're going to make a cocktail, and all 7 of you that follow me on Instagram, but I
7.
a few more than that compared to you.
We brought in new lights.
We brought in new lights. Fernet. Yes. And Coca-Cola, so get your.
Which I didn't know. You say that's an Argentinian thing.
Well, I did some research, and classic Argentinian cocktails, and it's the Coke ad. Can you hear it? No.
It's the real thing.
Okay,
it comes on
Is that Alexa?
Arctic Outpost like 2 seconds after you say Coke.
That's a little frightening, but also wonderful at the same time. I wonder if they're listening to us.
Coke is...
We've
No,
said
they're not
people.
listening to us.
How many of you are listening or listening to Arctic Outposts now? So I made the mistake of starting potatoes early because I've never made mashed potatoes before. And so the thing we're doing tonight is, I know we have to premeditate because
These
we're
are
both
still cooking. We can have a cocktail.
running around like crazy people, and I have to plan ahead because I know. Baby wants a cocktail. Why don't we just do the thing again?
I might let that happen with Fernet. Fernet Branca.
Well, you knew about this cocktail.
Oh, I've been sneaking Fernet in my Diet Coke.
Well, no, not Fernet. We all know about Fernet, but I mean the Fernet Coca-Cola thing.
Yeah.
And when I posted it, several people were like, when I lived in Argentina, that's all I drank. So it is sort of like Venice. It's like Aperol spritzes in Venice when you go to Italy.
But here's the funny thing. Okay, so Fernet, you're doing what?
Getting the Cokes out.
Okay, you get the Cokes out, and we're drinking the good Coke. So this is technically this is an Amaro. Technically Fernet is an Amaro.
You've hidden them.
I hid them in the freezer so that they would get cold faster. I can't believe we're listening to the old "It's the Real Thing." It's Italian, but they drink it in Argentina, and I don't know the connection. If somebody does, I would love for you guys to tell us what that connection is, because, for instance, of course, in Spain, they drink Coke with red wine. It's called I can never remember what they call that.
Mm-hmm.
You guys know what I'm talking about. That's a big thing, 50-50, red wine and Coke, which is darn tasty. As long as you're using, of course, we're using the Mexican Cokes, the ones
Coca-Cola, the real sugar.
I know that people like to say, well, the American ones taste the same. No, they don't.
Well, these are the
real, sugar actually tastes.
Right?
Yeah, it's real cane sugar. I don't think that'll open.
This one may not. That's a different opener.
We don't have an opener.
We did. We took it.
So I just have to use a knife. And this always makes Elizabeth a little nervous when I do this. Here, I'm going to saber it now.
Have you tried it with Coke?
It doesn't work. Yes, I have. I've tried sabering just about everything.
Everything.
So we need ice, right? We need some ice. And then, are you doing that? Coke and Fernet share a lot of actual flavors. And imagine what this would have been like in the days when Coca-Cola still had cocaine in it. Woo! This would have been up and down at the same time. I like a lot of things that are up and down at the same time, but that's just me. Here we go.
This is very much in need.
Now, what proportions would you like, my dove?
Well,
because I can show you how I'd make mine, but I don't think you'd appreciate it.
you'd probably want more Fernet and like a splash of Coke, which honestly I might be there with you, just because of the caffeine this late at night.
Okay, I gotta drain these potatoes pretty soon.
Okay, well then I will make these.
Are you gonna do that while I drain potatoes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Draining the potatoes. Is that what we call it today? Last week it was your squid. I know.
What?
Last week or 2 weeks ago it was draining your squid. Now you're gonna drain your potatoes. What did you step on?
Yeah, I just cut myself picking up a knife. I'm not bleeding, but I literally reached over.
I heard you
and
the
picked
other day.
and it tried to pick up the. Say that I didn't have I never had an accident.
Would never
I haven't
have
had
an
accident.
accident. Okay,
in 10 years.
so-
I almost did though. I almost.
You want more than that?
Don't be so stingy.
I actually put it to the water line if you wanted it. Okie dokie. It'd be hard to know because they're all the same color. So,
Draining the potatoes.
Fernet de coco. Coca.
If
Which is what they
anybody knows,
called it.
what is that? Have a name, a special name?
Fernet
in
de
Argentina?
coco. I mean, that's what.
Fernet and Coke. Okay.
Yeah, there was another one that I've actually have had, although I didn't think you would appreciate. Hot times.
Hot
It's
potato.
There was another one, beso de.
Are we gonna
Cassis.
tango later?
We might. That's what we call it.
I used to
Horizontal
know
tango.
how pretty well, but I'm not gonna claim that I do anymore. Potatoes are draining, and then I'm gonna put them back over heat.
You tangoed on stage, didn't you?
Yes,
was
but
the
that was
sriracha
very
tango.
that was a very organized and choreographed kind of thing. Cheers. We could
Cheers.
take classes though,
Was there a
like Scent of the Woman. Beautiful.
that is a minty. That is a minty, beautiful thing. So I'm not getting as much of the Coca-Cola.
I'm actually thinking I need more Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
The other thing that
we
the
go.
hard thing about Fernet with Coke is that when you're at
Salud.
work, salud, is that what they say in Argentina? Is
Is
it's
that
really
what they say in Argentina?
tell us. Oh, hello from New York. Hi.
Aye.
Hello from wait. I want to see what that other one was. Hello from Tifton. Hi Tifton. How are things down in Tifton? I haven't been in Tifton in years. Tifton. It's down south. Nice town. I used to have friends in Tifton.
Someone said I'm rocking the blouse. This is a vintage. Someone actually, when we posted, I posted the drink
Oh.
that we were gonna do, and there's Franny come to check. They were like, "Oh, you're going to my father's house, circa 1970." And I was like, "I have the perfect vintage."
What year do you peg that as?
It's gotta be mid 70s.
I would think. I would think. Ah, wow. The flowers. This week's flowers.
Canary knife.
What is that?
I'm gonna have to look it up. That one I don't use very
And
often.
what-
That's
just artichoke.
That's just artichoke again.
Well, it's gorgeous, and your dress is gorgeous, and Franny's here, and there on her on Mr.
Queen
Puff as
Scabigail.
always. Yeah, Scabigail, who is never that enthusiastic about the show. All right, I've got to get these. Can I keep talking and drinking while I do this? Because
That's fine.
if I don't, they're not gonna be as good.
So it's true. I have never actually made mashed potatoes. I've not done it.
Well, a lot of people.
I didn't
have.
grow up making them.
Usually, I would do this in a much smaller pot because then they won't try to run away from me when I mash them. But it'll be
You
fine.
see the size of the
We
pot?
grabbed the biggest one that there
Very big
was.
pot. Very
What?
big. It's a very big pot.
It's the big pot, but that's okay. And butter. We don't have any cream, but we're using a lot of butter. Why? Because
Because butter. Because butter.
That's how that goes down.
Because butter.
And
We also, secret ingredient. So again, farmer's market. Whoop, whoop, whoop. And I'm going to have to remember the name. It's out of Carrollton, Georgia. It says chèvre.
it's the leftover
Georgia
chev, and it was
chev.
delightful chev. So we're gonna dump the chev in there as well. We might need something else. I don't know.
Well, you have the sour cream that you found.
Oh, no, cream cheese.
Means that's what I meant, cream
Grab
cheese.
that cream cheese. We'll see how that goes over. The chev.
I don't know. I don't know who would have bought Philadelphia.
I don't know how that got here.
Because that's
Why is
not
there-
a brand that. Well, anyway, whatever.
Do you know that Philadelphia cream cheese is actually, you've taken yourself out of the shot again, is not from Philadelphia, it's actually from New York, from upstate New York, and they named it,
1870.
they named it Philadelphia because back then, anything Philadelphia was fancy.
Now it's craft. Oh, really? That's funny. Well, it was like the
Anything-
whole
Anything from
Barnes,
Philadelphia was fancy.
the whole Barnes thing and everything else. We had a good farmers market weekend. I've got you, Chev. He needed a treat this weekend.
I did. And I
every
have
weekend.
never put, I really don't know where this came from.
I don't either.
Oh, yeah, I do. I stole it from the office. When Zoe came for,
Oh,
she
yeah,
was going
yeah,
to come for
yeah,
breakfast,
brunch.
then I'd made bagels from
Yeah, yeah.
scratch, which is a show, upcoming show.
So at farmers market, I got. You enjoyed. Tell the nice people what you enjoyed that I got you at the farmers market.
Well, you got pepper jelly, and this really great ciabatta, and we cut up the ciabatta and smeared on the chev, and then topped it with the pepper jelly, which rocks. I guess, is that a southern thing, by the way?
I think that's a southern thing. That's a southern thing.
We may
Is
end
that a
up
southern thing?
meeting.
Chèvre.
Chev.
What is chev? That sounds like
Chev.
a knife. Chèvre.
It's a
Chèvre.
goat cheese.
It's goat cheese. It's a very mild goat cheese. It's usually whipped. It's super spreadable.
It's spelled chèvre.
Yeah, it's
but
spelled
pronounced
CHEVR apostrophe E. Chèvre.
It's probably the creamiest and lightest
Yeah.
of the goat cheeses. So typically I would not do this way because I'm afraid I'm going to make them lumpy, and they're dry. So I'm going to find some other source of fat. What I wish I had was some. Oh, you know what?
We have buttermilk.
Damn, let's go for it. Let's go for both.
I told him a story about.
They have buttermilk too. Chev, buttermilk,
We also have yogurt.
Philadelphia cream
We've got
cheese,
good
and this
yogurt.
brown thing that fell off of the buttermilk container.
Okay. Well, we have yogurt. We have like full fat yogurt.
No, yogurt always tastes like yogurt.
I
It
think
never
that stuff
plays
tastes like.
well. It never.
Well, to me, that yogurt tastes like cream. Smells like, or tastes like sour cream, because it's so full. Right here, I'm gonna try it. See.
Are you really gonna put yogurt in our?
I would like you to see if you think that this is.
If I was gonna put anything, I'd put more cheese in here. We don't have. Do we have any parm? This is how we cook. It's not pretty. Sometimes.
Okay, we've got that. Yes, we do parm.
How do you know that's parm?
Because I think
It's wrapped in paper.
We also. Oh no, here's parm. There's parm light. I think that's parm. But we had that. Oh no, I forget. I'm confusing.
Well, I don't know what it is, to be honest. It doesn't look like parm. Let's let's unwrap the mystery block. That's parm.
That's what I said.
Yes.
You said, how do you know? I said,
Well, I didn't know how you
that
knew.
is not.
That's clodneck.
That's clodneck.
That's your leftover clodneck. I don't know what kind of cheese that is, but this is gonna get a big fat.
Well, it
Where's the
smells
grater? The
an
grater's
awful
never-
lot like parm.
Oh, son of a dog. Oh, there it is.
This doesn't smell like parm.
Oh, it smells kind of like pecorino. It's just look.
Oh,
Real
pecorino.
parm when it's aged has
It's the
those
white.
crystal deposits.
Yeah, the crystally things.
You know how you know you got enough parm?
You never have.
You've
enough.
grated it all.
Yeah. You never can have too much. I know.
I remember in the early days of Iron Chef America, Mario Batali.
Can we say that? Can we say that name?
Um,
Orange Crocs
did
and
this
all.
dish where he hollowed out an entire wheel of Parmesan and then filled it full of grappa and lit the motherfucker on fire. And then tossed a pasta dish, finished a pasta dish in the melt. Wow.
Genius.
Man can cook.
Genius. That was, yeah, that must have been spectacular. Spectacular.
Yeah.
So,
They always
mashed
had green
potatoes.
Skittles on their station. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, why?
I think the reason that I interrupt you
was
is
horny?
because my brain moves slower than yours.
No.
And yes, I know I interrupted her last week, and it was very rude, and I apologized to her, but not probably quickly enough, and not before she mentioned it, which completely invalidated the apology.
Well, no one wants to be the person to be like, hey, by the way.
Yeah, but it's
But
not
that's
like I
okay.
thought you'd forget. No. You don't
in
ever
love with
forget. You just let things age, and come to full maturity.
Well, you
And I
know,
don't blame you.
there's got to be the right time to bring it up. Am I right? Am I right?
And you know when that time is?
And he doesn't have a slow
Right
brain,
as I
and you
close
know it.
my eyes to go to sleep.
That's not true. Hey! Hey, remember that time?
Hey, you remember that time that this is... You know how I feel about this. All right, I'm going to taste these first because I don't know.
Okay, so the reason we're making mashed potatoes first was because I started
are
with
terrible.
potatoes when I shouldn't have. What's wrong with them?
Not enough anything.
Not enough anything.
No, trust me. I'm going to fix this, but you don't want to see. Look away.
Not enough flavor.
Just look away. Look away.
I could see in the.
No, just don't look.
I was putting like A lifetime supply of butter. Okay, well, the reason we're doing mashed potatoes, which doesn't seem like it, because of Fernet
I'm
Branca,
supposed to.
is because we are doing chimichurri. I know that's very like it's Argentina, we're doing chimichurri. I love chimichurri, and it's so herby and summery. But we're not doing like the marinated thing. We just don't have time. Our days are busy and full, and we don't stop moving at all until I guess we go to bed. And even then.
Until that moment, you remind me of the thing I did wrong.
It's not when I do it, by the way.
No, you don't.
Sometimes.
No, because sometimes that's the only time we get to talk during a day.
But I'll have to go to sleep before you actually come to bed. Because you've been editing.
You're building restaurants, which, you know, even though we haven't been in one in...
It's been surprising. People have, because it takes like a year or more for a restaurant to bam. It takes like a year or more for a restaurant
Do you know what that reference is?
That's Mario, Emerald. I learned that.
You learned
Alt
that?
Bay. That's Alt Bay. Sorry.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell.
Salt Bay. You have to...
Not BAM.
I wonder if his restaurant, remember, in New
Hopeless.
York, you wonder if that ever opened.
Never actually opened. Probably not. I mean, he wasn't.
Are you gonna talk about... Here,
What? I'm not allowed talking about political things. And
woman cuts you off, rolls down the window, and says to you, what?
So I was at a, and if you're watching, nice woman, let this just be a little reflection of your behavior today.
I want to talk about it. I want to talk about it, and I want to talk about it for a couple of reasons.
Okay. What are your reasons?
First, you tell the story.
Well, we are, oh my God, we just are, people are, I think people are a little amped up right now about a lot
It's
of
fine. It's fine to be excited. And it's fine
Well,
to
we
be...
have a shop. So we have friends that have a shop. A wonderful set of friends that we love that have a shop. And they, sorry, it's a leading thing. They have been asking people to wear masks like most every other establishment that I've been into around these parts. And probably... Anyway, and they said like this weekend, the people mostly are like, okay, I'll wear a mask. But this weekend was like, F you, fuck you, I'm not gonna wear a mask. You can't tell me what to do. Like just ugly stuff. It's like, well, you're in my store.
So actually, yes,
yeah.
I can
yes,
fucking
I can
tell
actually
you.
do that. And again, they're not the only, maybe around here, but not in Atlanta. Everyone is in the big city. But so today I was at a doctor's office. Now, I want to say, like a doctor's office building, it might be a stressful place because somebody might have gotten a bad diagnosis or somebody might have gotten, I don't know, right? I mean, it's not puppy, whatever. It's a stressful place, can be. Anyway, this woman was pulled over, kind of blocking the parking thing, and I went to kind of pull around her to leave to pay for my ticket. And right when I went by her, she didn't see me, which is fine. Then she kind of gunned it and almost hit me, which again, I said, oh, and I waved her on, like, oh, go ahead, because you didn't see me. I mean, whatever. Trying to, she didn't intentionally do that, I don't think. Now I wonder. And she, when I said, oh, go ahead, she made the ugliest face at me. I mean, she literally went like, kind of like nanny boo-boo, but also made this hideous face to go along with it. I was like, wow, okay.
She might just be ugly.
So anyway, she was in a really nice car and she had her hair nicely done, I guess, whatever. And she had some bumper stickers in her car, but whatever. So she went to one like pay bay and I went to the other and I paid and went out. My window was still down because I was rolling up my window after like sticking my little ticket in, whatever. And she goes, "Bye, bitch." And I pulled and I said, "I am so sorry you're having a bad day." I mean, because I'm really trying to be like super nice these days to people because I know people are stressed. And I was like, "I'm sorry you're having a bad day. I wasn't angry at all." And she goes, "Don't fucking talk to me, you libtard Subaru driver." I was like,
So
Am I on candid camera? Like,
you have no bumper stickers on
I
your
have no
car
bumper
that would
stickers on my
signify
car.
any political
But I'm a
beliefs at all.
libtard.
But you're a libtard because you drive a Subaru. I would have thought that it was obvious, as I know from living in Vermont, that driving a Subaru means you're,
well, that's
you're a
Vermont.
lesbian, which is
Well,
a completely
clearly the
different
same
thing
thing.
at
All
all.
the cup holders. Well, they were so
Who knew
thirsty.
lesbians were so thirsty?
But no, I was like, and she goes, "Don't fucking talk to me, you libtard. Don't fucking talk to me." I mean, this woman was unhinged, and I just drove off.
But she may have just gotten
I mean, she may
some
have
really
gotten-
shitty news.
She may have gotten, I mean, so I'm trying to, I mean, I got that, but it's just, I think what it pointed out was like, first of all, I was like, oh, here's one in the wild. I have one in the wild. Like,
Wait, was she blonde? Was she
she was
blonde?
very, very blonde, but
Oh
obviously
shit!
I
You
can't
caught a
talk.
Karen.
I caught a
You
Karen
caught
in
a
the
Karen in
wild.
her natural habitat,
Nat-
which was
Her
kind of
SUV.
because our doctor is over like in Dunwoody, which if you live in Atlanta, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Was she driving a Mercedes?
It was BMW SUV.
Okay, but the thing is
With bumper
that
stickers.
she cut you off and then got in your shit for driving a Subaru and called you a libtard, for no
libtard.
other reason
And
than you drive a
bitch.
Subaru. And
Bye,
by the
bitch.
way,
I mean,
it's
it was
a
like,
white
it was
Subaru.
almost funny. It was almost funny because it was so off.
So you know what you should have done.
And yes, I agree with some of these comments.
You should have.
Because the
You should
bumper
have.
stickers.
You should have taken the 9mm and just popped 2 of her tires.
She would have fired back. She would have pulled out
But
her.
the funny thing is, we learned is a lot of people own guns, but
AK.
don't actually know how to use them. Don't actually know how to use them. Yeah, they AKs. Yeah, they are.
Anyway,
But they don't.
I thought it was because like I think in a normal what
It was just, I'm just saying they hold guns like. That was just
as
rude.
we've
I'm
recently
just
seen.
like,
Beyond rude. No, she was unhinged. The point is, we've all seen the unhinged behavior, have we not, on the social medias?
But this is the first time you've actually been victim of somebody just being a true asshole.
I mean,
And in a way,
And not-
profiling
not a
you.
well person.
She profiled
Well, she
you because of
profiled
your
me.
car.
oh yeah. Anyway,
What do you think she would have said to me?
I don't know. It was beyond. I mean, and I'm from Boston, mind you.
So you called her out, all those things that
No.
you say in Boston. No, you were nice to her, weren't you?
No, my point is, I'm not like I haven't seen
Some shit.
crazy behavior, and you're not driving around like I am. I mean,
No.
cause we mentioned it the other week, like people cutting people off, and like people, you have people going like 45 and people going 95,
No.
and normally everyone's sort of doing like
No.
anywhere from 65 to 85, but no, we have major. People,
It is
it's just-
Atlanta has had bad traffic. You know, people just want us to cook. I know. And we're going to. But if you were hanging out with us at home, we would be talking about this today. Not because we have like massive political things that we don't talk about, but because somebody called my wife a libtard bitch because she
I want
drives
to
a
read the unpopular.
Subaru.
Somebody made it said the unpopular. How do I go back to?
You just scroll it. Yeah,
There we
like
go.
that. You have to
Okay.
grab it a little more. Yeah.
So somebody, here we go. Unpopular theory: we have an entire generation of adults who are raised to believe their happiness is the purpose of that the universe exists.
Wait, is
Don't
that
it?
not true?
Oh crap!
Wait, shit.
What?
We've been doing it wrong.
You know, it's funny.
I was pretty sure.
I have, we're all in therapy. Not all of us. Some of us should be more.
I drink. I drink so that I don't have to go to
I love this. This is my, I don't think she's watching. Anyway, this wonderful therapist person. And she was like, well, how can you, like, if you get upset because someone does something random, kind of going back to like my happiness is not the reason that the universe exists. Like if someone caught you off in traffic and she's like, what's your first thought? I'm like, fucking asshole, or whatever. You know what I mean? I'm like, whoa, why'd you cut me off? Right? And plus it's scary. And she said, why? I'm like, well, because I think, like for a brief moment, like my mortality, like they were trying to kill me, kind of, or just, you don't. That's why you get angry, right? Because you're afraid.
You're in danger.
You're endangered momentarily. You think you are. Anyway, she's like, and here's one way to think about it. What if they just have to take a poo and are trying to get off the exit?
Well, that could be
And
because
I
this woman was clearly full of shit.
No, well, this wasn't her problem. But my point is,
Well, it
like,
might have
I
been.
thought it was so awesome. So now if someone cuts me off, I'm like, well, they just have to poo. And I love that, because now I'm like,
Libtard.
libtard. And we've been called a libtard. I've been called a libtard on our YouTube comments.
A libtard.
Or maybe it was Twitter. Uh-huh.
I just
We've been called libtards. That
Okay.
was not the first time I've heard that.
I was going to say this.
That
You know,
clearly is
Can
rhetoric.
I just get something else?
Please.
I won't do this again.
That's all right. I'm not going to.
I'm a Republican. I'm a centrist Republican. I am the loneliest man on earth.
No, you have.
No, I'm not, because I'm not. I grew up Republican, and I don't. There aren't any. There's nobody left.
There are a few.
I'm a
And there are-
centrist, moderate.
A lot of them are.
But somebody said to me on Facebook
Jumping
today that
parties.
now's not a time for moderation. Now's not a time for being a centrist. Now's a time to go to the mattresses.
Well, yeah. Unfortunately.
And this, apparently, you experienced that today. All right.
It just was, yeah.
Well, I'm personally mortified because I think you're a nice person, and I think your car's
Oh,
nice.
I mean, I couldn't. And again, this was that they have to take a poo thing. Like, she didn't know me.
She was just in the building. She could have pooed in the building. It's
point
clear
is,
that
she
she
doesn't.
was so
I didn't take
full
it
of shit.
personally because she doesn't know me
So
at
full
all.
of shit
I
that
could
she
be her
couldn't get it
babysitter.
right.
I mean, she wasn't even focusing
No,
straight.
what you could have been is somebody was going to walk over to her window and like punch her 10 times real fast in the nose. And that's one of the reasons
It's not worth
that
it.
men don't tend to do this stuff to each other. Because
No, people get shot all the
societally,
time.
we are expected to go to the physical level. That's why men don't do the,
I've seen a lot of hair pulling.
yeah, but by and large in society,
I'm not gonna-
even lawyers, even
Look at you. Wait,
Corporate
what's
banker.
happening here? This is me, and this is
well, you were
him.
telling a story, and I went and made another one.
Oh.
But it's true, and this is
It's
one
like
of the
he-
problems.
it's like-
This is one of the things that men deal with, because the thing is that men tend to physicalize something, and then it's over.
Well, this is.
But
we could,
see,
this
in
could
this
be-
culture,
you know
we
what?
can't
Let's
do
just not
this.
do dinner tonight. We
Oh,
can
no,
talk about
we're-
this.
we're gonna-
I'm kidding.
have to do
No,
dinner.
because women, this is a problem. You guys do punch it out, and then you're like, "Oh, I guess you won, man. I guess you punched me good."
Well,
Okay, thanks.
or
and
we
that's,
hate each other forever, but we get it out.
no, I don't think you do. I think you're like one fair and square, and women are like, "I'm gonna cut you later. I'm gonna cut you." Am I right? Yeah, women never forget. We don't, and I mean, it is pretty astonishing.
Can we talk for a moment about?
Let's
the
talk about
mistake I
dinner.
made?
So, so I was like, we're doing chimichurri, and I went out and got all the ingredients, whatever.
And I'm like, I'll bring meat home from work, sweetheart. We got
Steak.
freezers full of stuff. I'll bring steak. And then I grab the bag and I'm in the car and I'm like, oh, that's ground meat. That's
But
ground beef.
as you indicated,
Well-
like Delmonico's and stuff used to serve.
The hamburger steak used to be a really big thing.
Mm-hmm.
Were you ever young enough in Atlanta to eat at S&S cafeteria?
No,
Not Piccadilly, S&S.
no. I don't
Okay,
think so.
help me out. Any of you folks that that are like have been around Atlanta long enough, S&S cafeteria was a true, walk-through cafeteria.
Which is that's
that-
just a southern thing. That is just a southern thing where you go and get your
Yeah,
tray. Like we call a meat and three.
But S&S cafeteria did a chopped steak. It wasn't a full-on Salisbury steak, which, by the way, is traditionally made with ground meat. But it was real close, and it was
Well,
fantastic.
I'm aware of
This
it.
is still a little frozen. So we're going to be the first people
so
to
this
make
is like,
chopped burgers.
So I do think of this as like a 70s thing, though, right? Like it's kind of old school.
Yeah.
So
That's enough.
this is a 70s theme. Right?
But we're going to do chimichurri,
Mm-hmm.
which my lovely wife is going to make. Argentine style steak, except on.
And we're not marinating it.
No, we're not marinating it.
But we are drinking
But it
an
won't
Argentinian
matter
cocktail.
Because we're going to have so much surface area, because I'm going to make these things really big and wide and thin, that we can slather them with chimichurri. Some while they cook. Ooh, that'll get in the way of browning. We don't want to do that.
No, why?
Are you going to make the, because.
Yeah, I'm gonna make the
it'll be-
chimichurri and
so
you're
you're
gonna
gonna
do
make-
steak.
So you have here, can you talk about the ingredients you have?
Yes. Well, it's okay. So
So you've got cilantro,
cilantro,
and you've got some
oregano, and some flat leaf, also Italian parsley. So we're doing the
easier
Italian.
to cut.
Yeah. Well, no, definitely, because that stuff's not. Is curly parsley? I mean, this is called Italian. Anyway, whatever. Parsley, flat leaf parsley, oregano, cilantro,
Garlic,
garlic.
and that's why you brought this unitasker into my home.
Garlic sticks to me. And even with the lemon
It does
juice,
to me
I know
too,
you're
and
gonna.
I like it.
Yes, these 60s and 70s. I don't like waiting
60s and
because then I
70s.
rub my eyes or something, and it's like, and you probably rub your eyes. Shallot. jalapeno. They asked for Fresno. They didn't
the
have.
roundest shallot.
Really cute. They have this little bag. Anyway.
And why is it your oregano looks a lot like thyme, but it is oregano,
It's sad.
isn't it?
Yeah. This is definitely oregano. It's milder.
It's just an interesting leaf configuration.
No, I agree. But yeah, it's
What does
definitely
this
not
have to do
time.
with pickled
Nothing.
asparagus? Okay.
I just got that for you today because you love them. I always buy him things he likes, like the chèvre and the pepper jelly, and you ate almost the whole loaf. And then the mango garlic. We have a garlic onion like disparity in size. We have more shallots though if we need. You're happy, aren't you? Okay. Good.
I love pickled asparagus.
And olive oil.
Okay, so you're gonna chop up. You're doing all the heavy work here. Are you gonna do this in mortar and pestle, or are you gonna cut in cutting board?
I'm gonna cut more. I don't like mortar and pestle.
Well,
It should be cherry.
do you
I don't know
want
why. Just don't.
this board, or do you want like a
I'll let
real?
them decide. Should I mortar? Yes, you're right. It's not a money. Should I mortar pestle or should I chop it? Taking a.
I think you should chop it.
I intend to chop it. I don't think a mortar. This is not mortar. I would never have thought.
It's not
mortar
pesto.
pestle.
It's not pesto. You know, there's
would never
not
even
there's
have
not a
dawned on me,
nut.
frankly, it's
There's
a mortar
not a
pestle.
there's not a nut component or a cheese component. so
I just
I'm
thought
not
it was an
pretty
interesting question.
I know that you guys are having a look at a lot. I'm sorry. It is an interesting question.
Go to the line.
Oh, you're gonna use that one?
Oh, I can use them. I thought it was for you.
No, I don't need to cut anything. I'm gonna make ginormous hamburger patties, like
Should
the
I be
biggest.
over there or should I be here?
What's wrong with here? This is pretty
Well,
good.
you just moved my board over.
Oh, I thought you were using. You grabbed that plastic board.
No, I thought you were using this for the steak. You asked me. Okay. I need a bowl. I'm gonna get a bowl. Entertaining the nice people. Are you entertaining the nice people? We really need to learn to juggle. You probably know how to jungle, bungle. That's not really. I think juggling requires two things. Okay. So that was our week. That's entertainment. Na 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 na. Okay. Is that anyone else's
Sounds
favorite song?
Have you ever noticed that when peaches get old, there's a certain old man scrotum kind of thing?
I threw
Do
one
you feel
away.
that?
That was
Feel that?
like if my grandfather had
No,
had-
like close your eyes and just rub your
No,
finger
I
across
don't
it.
want. No, mm-mm.
There's kind of a.
I know exactly what you're talking about, and
It's like somebody's gonna give you $5 in a Zack Nut bar.
God, is that what you got? I got a lot more than that. I got $10.
All right,
and
this
like-
show's gone dark. We got no, we're not. No. Nobody no. No.
You started it.
I did not.
I am obviously a better bargainer.
I'm going to wash my hands. Better bargainer.
I need to teach you the art of negotiation, clearly, because, you know,
Maybe I'll read Art of the Deal.
the art of the deal might be. Speaking of bizarre news this week involving sexual activity and Bounty. I brought that for you too, also.
This program brought to you by Bounty.
Well, except they won't actually sponsor us. I brought that. I stole that from the office and brought it home for you. So you
It'll
can
pick up.
shut up
It picks
about
up
it.
so fast. You'll be home before you know your knickers are off.
Wow.
Is
Wow.
that could be a really good
Is
line.
that what the pool boy said?
No, that is not.
We
what
have
the
new
boy said.
pool boy
no,
jokes.
We're not. No, let's.
Why do we not have new pool boy jokes? Does anyone else have new pool boy jokes? Anyone?
Do you know that? Do you remember Schoolhouse Rock?
Of course I do.
3.
I'm just a bill.
It's a magic number.
Yeah?
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
3.
Oh, see? That's why. They were just confused.
They were just trying to practice a magic number.
Yes.
3. It's a magic number.
3.
You and me and him in the closet looking out through the louvers. 3. It's a magic number.
It's magic, all right.
Oh, Becky,
Big
you had a
stings.
party. What can you say?
Becky?
I wonder, do you think they got discount on like chemicals? Because that's really expensive after a while. Pool chemicals will run you, depending on the size of your pool, of course.
Yes. I bet they did get a discount. Yeah.
3
Is a magic number. Well, I was an only child.
Yes, it is.
So I actually loved that little song, but now you've changed it for me, and I will never be able to think of it as the same thing ever again.
Oh my God.
I'm just gonna sit in the corner, says Gina.
Who said that?
Peek behind Gina.
Oh, yeah.
Or pick behind. Yeah, I'm just gonna sit here and just sit here.
Just gonna sit here.
I'm just gonna sit here.
Sit here behind the corner.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna work this meat as little.
Why don't you not touch that meat at all? Why don't you leave that meat well enough alone?
What I want to do?
Be having
I'm gonna go in the pantry and just crack the door and watch
and
you
watch
work
me
with the
play
meat.
with the meat. Well,
I'm sorry. I'm very tired. Grace, you hear that? I probably have the COVID too.
no, I think
It's Abigail. Don't worry. I don't have the COVID. So, how long until chimichurri? Because I need to address the meat. Going to the pantry.
there's a lot of meat addressing this week. That's for darn sure. Yeah. You know, you can't write this stuff, can you? No, you can't. You really can't. I mean, there have been many nights where I'm like, oh, SNL, like, you know.
I thought you were about to say something else.
Oh. What do you think I was? I need to.
Well, S.
Oh, S&M? I don't think that was part of it. From what I read.
Could have been.
You were very, I was gonna say excited by that story yesterday, but you were.
Excited?
You were intrigued, fascinated, obsessed.
Well, it's because
and-
I've often talked about how much I want a pool. And
The
how
pool
I
boy
don't
has
have a
come
pool.
up. The pool boy has come up quite often. That is true.
I've often made fun of the fact that I'll make sure that I die in time for you to pick up with the pool
The pool
boy.
boy. Oh, first we have
But
to
apparently
go
we
to
don't have to wait. There's,
the club.
all right.
I'm not sure what the pool boy
I've-
actually does.
I've patted out a massive piece of meat
no.
over here.
Massive piece of meat.
It's a big ass piece of meat. I'm
Big ass piece of meat.
that's a big piece of meat.
My husband's over here pounding a big piece of meat.
I didn't pound it. I worked it
You
out.
massaged a big piece of meat. That's what you did. That's what you said you were gonna do. And you did it. A man has goals. It's good to have goals, baby.
I'm cupping. I just want dinner and
Well, good thing we didn't have
more
chicken, or
alcohol
you'd be
because
choking the chicken.
no. You
That's
don't
what
choke a
that's
chicken.
That's what you
You
do
have
when you
to
sit in the
bleed.
corner. I think.
Okay, this is we need to find something.
Let's
else.
move on.
We have to talk about something else.
Moving on. I'm just over here chopping vegetables. This is why it's good to be vegetarian, because you don't have any meat involved. Wow. All right. Well, you guys are very quiet conversation.
That person had a lot of laughter. Spiky Bunny. One of your followers?
Funny.
One of your followers? Spiky
Mine?
Bunny?
No, but I like the name. I don't know how you guys figure out your names.
Your names,
I love it because the names.
Usernames.
We've seen some names now.
We do.
Boy, we see names.
Ralph, that's not that clever. Sorry, Ralph.
Yeah, and Carolyn, if you're with us this week.
Carolyn,
I think
if you're with us
if
this
you're
week,
wise,
we're-
I would probably, come up with some other.
Carolyn left the country.
Carolyn did not. I think she was with us after that. But
Was she?
Mm-hmm.
All right, I have to get my. Oh shit! What am I gonna do? Okay, I'm gonna use.
What's
my-
happening?
I need my a big spatula.
Alright, so I'm just here chopping. Oh, wow. That's
I
a
have
professional move, ladies and gentlemen. Don't do that at
I
home.
have a
We
griddle. I have very beefy hands. I've got my griddle turned up to about 350. And around the house, I've shown you guys this before. Yeah, that's good to go. And yeah, I just spit on my griddle. If you were to come to dinner, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't.
Actually, I realized.
I would never spit on the griddle for guests. I'm gonna cook this stuff.
Okay, you do that.
I'm washing my hands again because they've been cupping giant meatballs. Giant.
meaty.
Giant balls of meat. Have my hands been covered?
I tried to go vegetarian once for like a couple of months.
But you missed the balls.
I missed the bone.
Not to mention the bone.
And the bone. All these things. I do like to gnaw on a bone. It's true. But I don't know. I just couldn't do it. Why? I mean, I probably would have done, I really like, but other people have no problem. I don't know. Do you guys prescribe to everyone has sort of like a diet that their body
Craves?
craves?
Yes.
Yeah. Like, I would never craved a salad a day in my life.
Oh, I have.
I know.
Seriously?
I haven't.
You know what? You know what my favorite salad is?
I mean, that's not-
Have I ever actually told you when we were married? You don't know what my favorite salad is, do you?
Iceberg with blue cheese and bacon.
That Caesar salad at the Breslin Hotel in New York, the one that you eat with your fingers. And Simon Majumdar posted about this week, talking about how the best Caesar salads are the ones that you can eat with your fingers. I'm so totally into that. Okay.
Yeah, that's true. I could see that. So I realized what I did here. We have more olive oil.
I don't.
It's right here. I don't know about the canola. That's you.
Extra virgin. Squeeze bottles rock.
I know you posted about them.
I did post about squeeze bottles.
I know you did.
I love squeeze bottles, and I like that. I can't cook. Oh my god.
You're gonna have to.
That's not.
Adaptation. Adaptation. Sign of intelligence.
Really? Adaptation is a sign of intelligence? I try to open this under my arm. I don't want to use, I don't even know if this is really hot enough. I'm going to go for it anyway. I'm not excited about this.
Sorry.
What?
I did not know it was in my list of duties to,
No, not at all. All right, I've already salted one side. They're very loosely assembled. Well, where were you? You were off somewhere. I need.
What? Olive oil.
You're going through that drink pretty quick.
Not like you. Oh, I loved it last week. You're like, I had one drink. It's like, I have you on camera drinking mine too.
Well, I'm not doing that anymore.
Which was fine. I just thought it was like, really? Like, you think that I don't know? That's cute. That's adorable that you think I don't know.
Oh, shit. Well, I've kind of cheated myself out of the space that I need. And I don't want to move these because until they've got a nice crust on them, I don't want to move them. So I've got to wait on this one because I didn't space properly. Damn me. Damn me to hell.
That's a logistics. It's called BDW. Logistics.
Who?
Yeah, I don't know. It's an ad that's always on television. BDW. They do logistics.
People might want to see more. Well, you're going to do all the cutting. Can I help you with the cutting? No, you're on your own. You're fine. You're good with the cutting. I want to show off. Let's see. So here, these are Elizabeth's paintings, and she gives them to my birthday. Giving my birthday every year. This is this year's. I love her paintings. These are the Scapagale magnets. You guys are ordering those online. This is the Chinese pig. This is a watercolor I did of ribs. That's my art. These are our pots and pans. On the backsplash here, people have asked. Let's see. That's a card. Whose painting is that? Do you remember? It's from the Reich Museum. I don't remember. Shit.
I knew it was
Don't remember, but it's painting a
Just
cheese.
somebody. The Kaiser.
Somebody, I don't know. I don't want to get it down. That's a magnet. That's a drawing I did of some coffee cups. And then for some reason, you probably can't even see this, is a cutout picture from a magazine of David Lynch. I don't know why. I've had, why did I...
I don't know, but you get these crazy.
I love David Lynch. Have you listened to his weather reports?
No.
And I love the fact that he's like,
Oh,
don't
I haven't.
explain anything. Anybody that saw episode 8 of
Shit.
Twin Peaks: The Return, and yes, I did name Good Eats: The Return in honor. He's like, I'm not going to explain shit because explaining things ruins art. And you know what? You're right, David. And that show didn't need any explanation. I don't know why that frog roach thing went down that girl's throat, and I don't care. I don't know who those guys were with the charcoal all over their face saying, got a light. Don't know. Don't care. I don't know who the big bald guy was who put Bob in a planet. I don't know.
It was perplexing.
But you know what? Some of the best things in life are not explained.
Okay, here's a question. Twin Peaks, the original,
Yes.
was on CBS at all networks.
Yeah.
And it was when I was in graduate school, and I was like, okay. And I watched some of it, but I actually just binge watched it again. Like, yeah, I'm using my fucking monkey unitasker people to bite me, and you can call your divorce lawyer now.
My wife using a unitasker.
Yeah, it's happening, people. Grounds for divorce. It's like Kellyanne Conway and her husband in our house. Anything?
You know what I like to think? I like to think that Kellyanne and George Conway have the best sex on earth.
It's probably pretty
I'd
violent.
love to think it's like,
It's probably
you're
pretty
a
violent.
blah, 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 blah. No, you're a blah, blah, blah. Don't, like on the stairs, like slamming the door with their feet to keep the kids out. I would want to think that it's like that. It's like,
You might not be wrong.
it's like Pierce Brosnan and Renee, what's her name, on the stairs in Thomas Crown Affair.
You do love that scene.
No, I like that movie because it's one of the few movies I know of where the remake is better than the original. And I'm sorry, as much of a Steve McQueen fan as I am, the remake of Thomas Crown Affair is better. And Pierce Brosnan was a better Thomas Crown. Sorry, Steve.
Wow.
It's true.
I'm not sure how I feel about that assessment.
Well, I'm not going to say that.
I like the graphics in the other one. Anyway.
I want to get a really good sear on these. And more salt.
So why did we stop eating things like this kind of steak? Why did it fall out of favor?
Because of hamburgers. People stopped eating chopped steak. And by the way, you know, we are talking about the original Salisbury steak because it was considered lowbrow. But if it's made out of good meat, and you know, in a lot of places, because of the rules, the legal terminology, you can end up going to a store where their, quote, hamburger meat is almost 100% filet mignon trimmings.
Well, yeah.
Because there are no rules about what goes into it.
A hamburger.
Yeah. If you say ground lean meat, it's got to be a certain thing.
Well,
or, you know, all those percentages. Holy shit, that's a lot of... You almost burned my... She made this slaw. I love slaw. She made this slaw. And it was like 3 days after she made it, I'm like, oh,
It had pickle jalapeno in it.
Ah! She tried to burn down my head.
Burning down your head.
My head. Out of the ordinary.
That's for sure. That is certain.
Don't mean to hurt nobody.
Well, it was like, first of all, when I make something, I never know if we're going to actually finish it, so I wanted to make it good for that night. But yeah, the burn grew.
That's what I want to see right there. Yeah, the burn grew all right.
Yeah, you're Mr. Hot Wings.
I am not Mr. fucking Hot Wings.
Hot Ones, or whatever the hell it is.
I cheated. I told you I cheated on that show. I went on there and I filled my mouth full of heavy cream, so I coated my mouth with that, and then everything they gave me, I'd be like, yeah, man, it's supposed to be hot? What the hell? The show's a complete farce. I played the system like Captain Kirk did, and you know what I'm talking about.
Yes, and the one you don't like. Such a great movie.
What are you talking about? That was with William Shatner, Dad.
No, the other one.
Well, it's in both because J.J. Abrams hasn't had an original thought in his entire life. I'm sorry.
I like that movie.
Chris Pine is an amazing Kirk. Everybody, the casting is wonderful. The casting is wonderful. But J.J. Abrams is...
Did he
I'm
write
sorry.
it?
Look, If you direct a shit movie, it doesn't matter who wrote it. It's your fault.
I don't think
That's
should be-
how
I
it
didn't
works.
like that movie.
No director was like, oh, the movie sucked because the script was bad. No, that's not how that works.
I didn't think it was a shit movie at all.
I'm sorry, I'm
liked
gonna
that
lose
movie.
I know, and everybody that's in it is really, really good. But
So how can it be that all the casting is fine? It was really good.
because J.J. Abrams didn't want to make a movie that was true. I swear to God, do I have to get Bill Shatner on the phone?
No, you
I wouldn't
know.
I would only do
I'm
that.
one of the original
Shat-
Trekkies.
Bill might not answer. Bill might call me out on that shit. We
You might have enjoyed it. I didn't ask him.
Bill's a friend.
I know.
Best male dinner guest. You go to have dinner with Bill Shatner. The man is the best freaking listener. The art
He
of
is.
listening. He listens intently. And he's not thinking about, what am I going to say next? He doesn't have to think about that because he's fucking William Shatner, okay? And he's just, I strongly suggest that if you have the opportunity to have sushi with William Shatner, you do that. Because it's pretty amazing.
It is. He is the nicest man. His wife, Liz.
Elizabeth's wonderful.
She's wonderful. And they're good horse people. And we went to their Super Bowl party. Oh my God, that was the funniest night. The Super Bowl party.
I think we talked about this.
Stupid. And he couldn't, like...
About Bill and his giant chair and couldn't get the gigantic TV. And I'm not talking gigantic. I'm talking about like drive-in theater gigantic.
Yeah. It was funny. Anyway,
I love that man. I
Well,
wish he was my
I'm-
father. I want William
He is
Shatner
kind
to
of
be
your
my dad
father.
because I would go to him and ask for advice, and I don't know many men I would do that with. Be like, Bill, what do I do?
he is like that. It's true.
And he would have really good. And who doesn't want to look like that when they're 85 years old? The guy looks great.
I don't know. Why do you think about that movie? Did you have a conversation? Because I feel like Chris Pine channeled him.
Yes, but it was a crappy ass script. They turned it into like a Western movie. It had none of the intelligence, none of the imagination,
Even a
none of the
Western.
storytelling. What?
Why was it a Western?
You know, it's just like this is like a shoot 'em up. Hey, it hadn't. You know, Star Trek: The Original Series had this innate intelligence and
Yeah.
unique storytelling.
I
It was
loved it.
utterly lost. Okay, so best Star Trek movie of all time.
You know, I really, honestly, I missed all the. Other, I saw the first Khan or whatever.
Wrath of Khan. Khan.
That's the one I saw. And we're done here tonight, folks, because you guys are all deaf now.
The needs of the many.
Far away the needs of the few. Right? Ricardo Montalban.
Rich Corinthian leather. Do you even know what that?
Yeah, Volare.
They're like Volare. I love what they've done to my car. Any of you that grew up in the 70s, my mother had a
the
Volare
70s,
wagon.
right?
I love what they've done to my car. Rich Corinthian leather.
The plane. Did we any of us actually sit and watch freaking Fantasy Island and think that we were actually watching something? we shouldn't
All I knew is that
actually
none of my
watching?
fantasies were properly represented. No, I was a 16-year-old boy, and that wasn't what I was thinking about.
A little bit. Okay. All right. Are you?
Do you know that Captain Stubing was the prototype for Jean-Luc Picard on Star Trek Next Generation?
No, I did not know that.
Yes.
I also never watched
Making
that.
this shit up. Most people would argue that Next Generation was a better show than the original Star Trek. A lot of people.
Oh, the first one was.
I'm Star Trek, not Star Wars. Star Wars. My problem with Star Wars is Luke Skywalker, the whiniest motherfucker to ever be a hero in a movie.
Yeah. But you love Mark Hamill and What We Did in Shadows.
Mark Hamill and What We Did in the Shadows is amazing.
Jackie Daytona episode is Alton Brown's favorite piece of TV or anything in the last couple of years that I have heard.
I think What We Do in the Shadows is amazing.
Tahiti Wakiti? We can never pronounce that.
Order up, man. Because I've been stalling for the chimichurri.
We're good.
I'm gonna get plates.
You get plates. I'm like really hungry at this point.
Well, that looks really good. Now, let's talk about. Let's take a minute to talk about your chimichurri because this is different.
I like mine really big.
Wait. Hold on a second. Okay, go ahead. I was doing a camera thing. Go ahead.
I like my pieces a little bit bigger. Just so it's almost like a salad, because we don't have.
But what's in it? I mean, tell me about the flavors.
It's shallot, garlic, white wine vinegar, jalapeno, salt. That's really it.
Did you? All right. So red wine vinegar.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Sorry.
That's a thing.
That's the thing. Sorry. That would be the thing.
I'm sorry. Have you ever seen her get up during one of these shows?
No, what happened? Must be a steak.
Scabs. What the hell?
Well, unless she's barking.
Well, Dad's like this. Let's just let the dogs have a show. No? 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 Granny? Sure? All right.
Come on.
All right.
Franny's going to the vet tomorrow.
Randy's going to that tomorrow. Wish him well, everybody. So
I think he has Cushing's.
we think he has this thing called Cushing's. Can I show them how I clean the?
You know what? I think you shared this where you like.
Have I already done this? Have I done this on the show?
Dramatic.
Oh, dramatic.
The drama's good.
So when the griddle is still hot, and there are people that be like, "Oh my God, you're gonna break the griddle." No, I'm not gonna break the freaking griddle. Get all the oil off.
Wouldn't it be funny if you did?
I'm not gonna break the griddle. Look, the day that steaming water that is not compressed breaks a grill, I am gonna turn the hood up. And I'm gonna roll my sleeve down because steam hurts, right? It's okay, guys. All right. I'm gonna get some water. On what, baby? I wasn't super liberal, but I wasn't scared of it either. Usually I wear a glove to do this. Oh yeah. Shit, that hurt. All right, hold on. Glove me, baby. Glove me. Oh! All right, so maybe be really careful when you do that. I wear glasses, so I'm okay. But that's how I clean the grill and the griddle, and I'm not going to clean anything else. And of course, all that goop that's down there in the drain, once it's not hot anymore, I'll have to. Oh, look at that! Yeah, there's going to be some cleaning tonight. You know, that's the one downside about this show. Oh, and I've got oil all over the. Look, I've got oil all over the camera now too.
Oh, so you guys are part of the action.
I hate the cleanup afterwards.
Yeah.
It's really hard.
Sometimes we do it next day.
Sometimes we just let it sit. Okay,
The
so
maggots take care of it.
here we have our here we have a lot of meat. So why don't
go
you?
over to the-
You want to go over there?
Oh. So they're not sharing this the sun. The service of the
Well,
sun.
that's not the sun. We've got another one up there now. We've corrected our. What time is it? Do you have any idea what time? We've been on for 57 minutes. Wow, we always finish the cooking right around the
hour mark.
hour mark.
Okay, so chimichurri, we all know what it is. I like mine.
Oh, hold on, I want to get this. Okay.
I do like mine a little bit, like less pure, whatever, not puree, but you know what I mean. Larger pieces. Franny is at the ready, and we've got potatoes.
I'll get the potatoes. You slather the steak.
Okay.
Go ahead and get that on there. And guys, we know what you smell. We're not stupid. May I?
Yeah. I mean, it's just, fresh chimichurri.
People are so often afraid of using enough vinegar, and that's the problem. And notice she's using a fork so that it kind of drains out a little bit, but that looks absolutely fantastic. Okay, so the potatoes, do you want me to, ow! Oh, I forgot I left that eye on. Ah! Shit. What? All right, because I can't. Yeah, basically the potatoes are boiling because I put them on heat and forgot to.
Okay. Whale? Was it last week you ate that made your tongue
What?
roof your mouth? burn?
Oh, I don't know. Something you fed me burned my mouth badly.
Oh, was it? No, I didn't feed
What-
it to you. It was your egg.
Could you bring the plates over and I'll potato them from.
Potatoing of the plates. And can I say something?
Oh, what?
It's not really political.
What would you like to say? Of course you can. It's your show. I mean, you know, it's our show. You can do what you want. I like potatoes. There you go.
Okay.
What do you want to say? Ow. Shit.
I wish certain things would. I mean, we all wish certain things would stop happening that seem like they shouldn't happen anymore.
Like how gassy I am at night?
That's true, but not what I had in mind. Oh yeah, we have Malbec.
I'm not trying to interrupt you.
No.
It's just you said you wanted to make sure.
Yes.
So Malbec is, of course, a wine which has grown a lot in Argentina. Which bottle calls to you?
This one's really, it's pretty. That one's.
You want that one? Okay, fine. This is the Archival Ferrer that we're going to try. Malbec, it's 2018 from, now I'm going to say Mendoza, but I bet I'm saying that wrong. It's probably Mendoza or Mendoza or Mendoza.
Who would we ask about that? Jose Andres? Would he know?
Jose Andres would totally know, but he's off saving the world someplace.
Which is a really amazing, phenomenal thing that he's
literally
doing.
saving
I don't know if you guys are having. We have in our town, being Atlanta, we have a fair amount of culinary, like restaurant charities. I mean, so Giving Kitchen in Atlanta, Atlanta Family Meals, another one. The people taking care of, or trying to take care of restaurant workers, even though a lot of restaurants have opened, but not to full capacity, yada. But it really is amazing how much a part of our economy it is. Anyway, so I don't know if you guys have that. That's why I got them out.
More of the Eastern Airlines collection. You're jealous. I know you are. Love.
Jelly.
Don't be jelly.
70s. This is like a 70s thing all over again. All right, so this is the.
This is the Mendoza. Now, I didn't let it breathe, but Malbec usually doesn't need to. Cheers again.
Chills. Salute.
Ah, tomorrow's a work day, too.
I really like Malbec.
That's lovely.
Yeah, I really like Malbec. This is a $22 bottle of wine.
22?
Uh-huh.
Shit. All right.
I find Malbecs to be, because I'm not a huge red wine girl, but just because I can get
I'm a
headaches.
big red wine girl.
You are a big red wine girl. You're kind of a big
I don't
red wine
do
girl.
well. Hey, do any of you guys, guys or girls, have issues with heartburn in white wine, which I get a lot, unless it's
of
like
people
a
do.
French. Okay, so there's the heavily buttered mashed potatoes in our
The steak.
yeah.
Wow.
See, as long as you've got really good meat, there's absolutely nothing wrong with a hamburger steak. It's like a steak you can make your own shape.
Well, because I, again, being
Holy shit, woman, I love you. That chimichurri rocks. Uh-oh. How did that happen?
I fell off on her.
Scabigail seems to have absconded with the cheese grater.
Like, what? She heard her name.
Scabs? Did you, Scabs? Scabigail Van Buren, did you do this?
I don't know about that, but I want some steak.
She does.
So I didn't over vinegar it.
Can I have some more chimichurri, please? More. Thank you, ma'am. More. How are the potatoes?
Sounds like your salad. Good. And I still didn't learn. Once again, I didn't learn how to make mashed potatoes.
Holy shit, I would have sex with me.
With the garlic? Oh, the potatoes.
Yeah, that's good. The potatoes are amazing. The chimichurri is amazing. It's bright, it's fresh, and a perfect complement to Malbec. One thing that I want, can I say something about this whole, we said that we were going to travel? So the first week, we made okonomiyaki. You remember the oven? Okonomiyaki? And people were like, you need to do research on your authenticity. Look, man, we're just trying to get dinner on the table, okay? This isn't National Geographic, all right? We're not worried.
What were they saying wasn't authentic?
What? Yeah, the blah 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 and the blah 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 with the blah 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 wouldn't blah blah blah. I'm like, oh, really? Look, I'm doing the best I can. We just want to eat. So I think from now on we're going to say that it's like or in honor or an homage to a place, instead of saying that we're being authentic, because clearly,
You know, one of the
everybody has lost their fucking sense of humor.
yeah.
Everybody takes everything personally now. Everybody's insulted by everything.
That,
Everything.
and I've said this. So when we first started dating, I was like, the true story is I really did not know who he was. I didn't. I know that's weird.
No, it isn't. I'm
I
on
have
a
a TV.
fringe network that's not even
No,
top
so
tier.
everyone
It's
is.
like,
Anyway, regardless, I didn't have TV for most of the early part. Anyway, whatever, it doesn't matter. But
you're very well versed in cinema.
I watched
Very.
with DVDs. I was like one of the first people to sign up for Netflix because of where I lived. I was like, well,
She has more iTunes movies than I do, by like 100.
yeah. But I
a
was in a
good
small
list.
town, so the Blockbuster wasn't the best, you know. Anyway,
Chimichurri is amazing. The balance. I'm sorry, I know I'm interrupting you, but I'm interrupting you to praise you for balancing the acidity properly. People are afraid of acidity.
and you were like, what do you mean you know? Because I don't cooking. Where am I going with this? Anyway, I got like Severe magazine like the first year it came out. I read all the McKay Fishers. It's just this like I'm a foodie thing. Like I don't have a title for myself. I'm someone that likes to cook.
The fact that you have like every edition of Severe from edition 1.
Yeah, but
Severe used to be like the National Geographic of food.
I
Now,
love that magazine.
I still miss Gourmet.
And that too.
Me and Hannibal Lecter both miss Gourmet.
That's a Chianti though.
But not, okay, anyone who has read Silence of the Lambs
It wasn't a Chianti.
knows that he did not have Chianti with the census taker's liver, because that is the wrong wine with liver. Do you guys remember what it is? Somebody tell me. I'm waiting. I want to see it. Somebody. What did Hannibal Lecter in the book drink with the census taker's liver? Anybody?
I read the book.
Beer. Yes, fava beans, we know that. That's not actually wine. It was, quote, I'm going to quote Harris,
Coderone.
a big Amarone.
Oh.
But the producers of the movie were too afraid that nobody would know what an Amarone
Well,
was.
Chianti sounds so like.
Pedestrian.
And we remember it,
It is
though.
not the right wine. No, what we
It's
remember
Chianti.
is
No. Well, that too. I remember the Chianti. Yeah.
it's not the right wine. Scabigail even knows it's not the right wine.
Anyway, the whole like tribal foodie thing. I'm a foodie. I'm a this. I'm a that. I don't know how this came up just now.
Well, because you wanted to make a point of the fact that you were a foodie before they were like a foodie thing to identify with. You were an enthusiast.
I just
So
read
was
the
I.
book. And I lived in Oregon. Again, you should keep hearing that. I know. But I could get really, really, really great ingredients, like almost all year round. So that was exciting. Anyway, so this person, that's what it was. It was the authenticity people. It's like, get over yourselves. I appreciate your enthusiasm, but like, come on, man. Like, we don't have to be that.
There's nothing wrong with being a super, super, super authority.
Right.
But when it
Knowledgeable.
becomes judgmental
Right.
towards those who are just trying to make the food and are adventuring into the ingredients, then I think it's a problem.
No.
And I've told Elizabeth, it's like this season on Good Eats, we're making a show on my favorite Korean dish, bibimbap, and I'm afraid that people are going to jump all over me because, number one, it won't be authentic enough, even though we've tried, and then there'll be the whole cultural appropriation thing of like, why is the white guy making bibimbap? Well, because I like it, and I think people should make it, and it introduces a lot of great ingredients.
So, because I design restaurants, so I'm doing one now. It's a Japanese restaurant that's going to be omakase, and it's a non-Asian chef, but was very well respected and celebrated in New York City. Not that, but I'm just saying, he's proven. Anyway, but we've been talking about sort of design because of it then, like, and do we just, doing something different from just straight Japanese, because the chef isn't Japanese either, but whatever, we're probably getting deep hot water here talking. But I was pointing out to the owner, I was like, Monocle and other, not that Monocle's a definitive source, but, and some other people, like the best restaurant in like 2019, 2018 or 19, was this Italian restaurant in Japan.
That's because the Japanese perfect everything.
Yeah, but it was awesome because it's
Japanese. They even
Japanese.
have a word for it, for appropriated cuisine. I can't think of what it is. One of the best French meals I've ever had in my life was in Tokyo.
Yeah. Right, so I mean.
Truly.
Now, do they do things exactly? Do they get the exact? No, I mean they actually. It wasn't fusion per se, but it was interesting takes. Like squid ink pasta would be an Italian thing, but I can't remember now. Anyway, it was just interesting because it was still.
This has changed.
Chef. It's changed.
It's gotten better, which I didn't think it would.
It did breathe.
It did.
No.
I may have gotten some more potatoes.
I may have
which means
seen
I'm going to
that.
have another stick of butter.
Yes, this wine is actually this is a really nice meal.
So
what did we learn? We learned that hamburger steak, good quality hamburger steak.
It was really good with chimichurri.
So what would you like? So chimichurri normally would be on. I've done it on
Steak.
flank steak,
Flank steak,
which is not
ribeye.
an expensive cut. Flank steak.
It's more expensive than it was when we were kids.
A skirt steak.
I would put on a skirt.
No.
Yeah.
So that would be on par with like a hamburger.
But this is really, really good. We also learned that you cannot put too much butter into mashed potatoes.
There's no such thing. I bet there
Yeah,
is.
there's half a stick.
Yeah. I feel like I should be ice skating right now. This reminds me of my days at
I
the
don't
ice
ice
skating
skate.
rink.
I don't. Homie, don't ice skate.
Well, this like you just have the Oregon guy with the.
I don't ice skate and I don't ski. Because I went to culinary school in Vermont, and every time I tried to do either of them, I ended up face down, bloody, wet, and cold.
That's
Nope.
part of the fun.
Wasn't fun though.
I used to love skiing, and then I switched to snowboarding, and now I haven't snowboarded in 10 years. It's crazy.
Are you gonna do another ski report like you did that night? It was so hot.
The POW.
Pow. Got fresh pow last night.
Come out, boys and girls. I don't say that. Hey, it's Elizabeth of Mount Hidden Meadows. The sun is shining. It's a beautiful, bright day. It's Silver Fox Tuesday, so come on down and set your fox traps.
Okay. Right. Silver fox.
Tuesday.
So silver fox like older people with gray hair?
Tuesdays are when the ski clubs, the older person ski clubs from
Older person. So
probably my age now, but
set your traps.
for your foxes. It was these wonderful older people. I don't know if I should tell a really sad story.
Oh, do you have to?
No.
Sad, like
Oh, wait. Anyway, there are a lot of older, really wonderful, like these old people, like truly old people, like 80-plus-year-old people that would come out.
well, 80,
we'd all be a little
80-year-old
afraid.
people skiing are just, I mean,
Right. On their own. I mean, just that in and of itself is amazing. But those of us at the ski resort, like the medics would be like on high alert just in case, I did see a fatality.
because you saw fatality.
It happened like,
Did somebody crash in a tree or?
yeah, but it wasn't an older guy. It was a younger guy. But I fully expected, I fully expected it to be a,
Sad story?
oh yeah, it's bizarre. Anyway,
Did it crash into a tree or?
well, yeah. Regardless, older people will come Silver Fox Tuesday.
Did you ever see a fatality come out of the ski lodge?
Not out of the lodge itself.
Exactly what I'm talking about. So, clearly, The safest bet when skiing is to don a fashionable sweater, perhaps an Icelandic hazelnut, and go to the bar and drink what?
Schnapps.
Schnapp. Ooh, shit, the worst headache, the worst hangover.
Especially
I
at
ever
high
had in my life.
altitude, let me tell you.
Hell no. No. First off, I need like 3 days to acclimate, and I'm still not going to do schnapps. No. I remember that night. I remember that morning, that afternoon, and the following night. Schnapps. No. Never.
Well,
Never
how did
again.
the Germans handle it?
Do the Germans even drink schnapps?
Isn't that who it is?
I don't know. It could be a weapon. Goldschlager?
Goldschlager.
I mean, it's fun to say, but it's not fun to drink. No. No, I would drink. What did you drink at the ski lodge? Like hot buttered rum? What did you have?
Yeah,
Maybe
hot
not a rum.
toddies. Not rum. I mean, you know, whiskey.
Scotch. I would drink scotch in a ski lodge.
Hot toddy with a butterscotch. One of those, the Scottish butterscotch. The
Werther's?
no, not Werther's. No, the square ones. Anyone?
Oh, you mean like
one
a
with
Walker?
silver. With a Walker. And you drop it in the hot. That was really good.
Well, that's like freebasing. That sounds like freebasing. It sounds like something Richard Pryor did.
Come in really cold and do that.
Wow. Well, I personally think that this is the best dinner we've had out of 22 episodes. Nobody's watching anymore because we've moved to 76 minutes. We're coming up on a 90-minute episode. This is like Quarantine Kitchen directed by Christopher Nolan.
Have you read the reviews?
The reviews of Tenet. Oh, shit, yeah.
I really was looking forward to it. Like, we need bright spot. I need to look forward to this. I need, like...
Christopher Nolan movies don't provide bright spots.
But I still need
He
something
doesn't
to-
understand joy, and he doesn't understand humor, except for when he cast Heath Ledger.
Things I'm looking forward to is On the Rocks,
Yes,
Sophia Coppola, and
Sophia and Bill Murray.
Bill Murray, Rashida Jones.
French
And
Dispatch.
French Dispatch, duh. No Time to Die, which if ever's gonna come out.
Bond. Today's Sean Connery's 90th birthday.
Oh! We need something Scottish we're drinking. I'm gonna go back to the Fernet then.
One shingle ping Vasily. You must give this
ping.
American white butt.
Oh my god, that's like my favorite Sean Connery movie, as you know.
I know.
What movie we're talking about? One Shingle Ping.
One ping.
Shingle Ping. Maybe they'll let me live in Montana. Anyone?
I will raise rabbits.
Anyone? I will raise rabbits.
Loved Sam Neill on that.
Oh my gosh.
Remember what they said to Topolov? You've killed us, you ignorant
Someone's saying
ass.
you only do QQ when you're arrested. Huh? Yeah, you got it. Somebody.
Hunt for Red October.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
So there's a great story that Alec Baldwin tells, who I think was a great Jack Ryan, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
He talked about how he,
Who else was it,
when
Jack?
he knew Harrison Ford,
Yeah,
Clear
I
and
didn't
Present
like
Danger,
this. I
Patriot
didn't like
Games.
them. I didn't like those movies.
I didn't like Clear and Present Danger. Patriot Games is okay, but not great. Ann Archer
Well, okay.
was wonderful. But so Alec Baldwin tells a story, and you can read this online about how everybody was like intimidated about, Sean Connery. He's like, nah, I got this. He's just like this bald old man. And he said, and then he showed up in this amazing hairpiece. Because he had that
he lost his
bristle
hair by
cut.
then.
Oh no,
Yeah,
he had
yeah.
no hair by then.
You're right.
So he shows up with this great bristle cut, and Alec Baldwin's like, shit,
Well, he had good hair too at the time.
things in here don't like being shot at.
Oh my god, that movie.
I'm a huge Sean Connery fan. I do not say that any of his Bond movies are the best Bond movies.
But you
Elizabeth and I are united in the belief that
Daniel
Casino
Craig.
Royale with Daniel Craig is actually the finest James Bond movie ever made.
Well, all of his except that one that I didn't.
Skyfall, and but Quantum of Solace, and quite frankly, Spectre was when
Really?
Christopher Waltz was there. It was okay, but no. I'm still going
okay.
Casino Royale, but Skyfall is in my top four.
Yeah.
Goldfinger would be right after.
List making again.
So I'm list.
Wait, that's an old theme. But yeah, we know. Yeah,
I
very-
remake my Bond list all the time.
But how
nothing
often do
wrong
they? How often do they like rejudge?
My list? About every
I
6
should be
months.
making. Wait, who am I?
Oh,
Who
you
am
have, to,
I?
you have to say this is important.
This is important. This is important.
Bum, 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 bum.
And now it's like totally black.
Yeah, Devil's Tower's taller by and large. I still think that Close Encounters is one of Steven Spielberg's best movies because it really captured a sense of wonder.
Well, literally. I mean, I love alien movies because I think. I mean, now I'm going to be the libtard that I am. I refuse to believe that we are the only life forms in this entire universe. I cannot believe that.
Well,
I can't.
it's mathematically pretty fucking improbable.
So we just rewatched Arrival, which I think is sublimely
Terrific movie.
beautiful movie.
Fantastic film.
About language and communication, which maybe we should all read about, like understanding other people.
Human
Or human, well, that's
asshole.
part
Oh, let me. Keep going.
Bye, bitch. What are we doing?
I'm paying tribute to Arrival.
Oh, Arrival. Human. Ian. Whatever her name was. Oh my god. Oh, no. You can take off your helmet. Asshole. Asshole. I'm just kidding.
I think that's enough for tonight. Did he turn this thing off?
Good night.
Oh, you know, they loved it so much when
What, are we gonna go
do you,
dark?
no you remember the Lawrence Welk thing? Hold on.
Oh, the Lawrence Welk thing. Which you didn't know the
hold on,
words.
hold
Have you
on,
practiced
hold on.
them?
But we have to turn off lights to do it. Hold on. Oh shit, the stereo's on.
You're not gonna
so we
spell
gotta turn it
anything.
out. We have to be like all backlit.
You have to be backlit? Are we gonna dance?
Yeah, we have to be backlit.
Are we gonna do a little dance?
No. Well, we can. Sure.
Okay, this is the redo since he screwed it up the first time.
Do you remember all the words?
I know all the words
You
by
know the
heart.
words because I was the one that couldn't remember it. So.
Yeah, I remember them. Is that like?
Oh, we're not really.
Gotta get it just perfect. So I'm waiting to sing the song now. Well, I need a bubble machine to really be effective. There we go. That's so sexy. That's very romantic.
Okay, I think I can do it. Here, come here.
Okay. Good night. Sleep tight. And pleasant dreams to you.
Da 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 da.
Here's a wish and a prayer that every dream comes true. And now till we meet again.
Adios.
Au revoir. Auf Wiedersehen.
Good night.